Hi, I'm Weston. I love talking about the Astros, and I'm here to talk about Game 14 of the regular season, where the Astros lose 13-3 to the Kansas City Royals, and now have gotten swept by the Kansas City Royals, including a extra innings loss in Game 1, utter annihilation last night, 11-2, and utter annihilation today, losing 13-3. There is no intro for. I have no funny little comment I can make about this game. There are very, very few. What, other than the incredible broad strokes, can you take away from this game that are positive? What? It's a 13-3 game. There's nothing funny I can tell you about it. Again, doing a great job of making me irrelevant. They really are. Because what can I tell you that isn't blindingly obvious in the box score? Hunter Brown, and I like Hunter Brown. I have positive feelings towards Hunter Brown. Was a disaster. He went 2/3 of an inning and gave up 9 runs. And it very, very easily could have been more than that. Very, very easily could have been more than that. Because he left with 2 men aboard and there was still only 1 outer, where the bases loaded. That was like hours ago. I don't want to go back and think about that. He imploded. It was over in the first inning. The Astros offense did fine. They were fine today. And you might say, well, Weston, they only scored 3 runs. Look at their left on base. They left 13 on base. You could cut it in half and give them the extra bit of that half, and they'd still lose. It was an unwinnable game from the first inning onwards. And I usually am totally against that, but when you've gotten this deep, this is now in 4 games, they have had 1 pitcher go 5 innings. 1. It was Javier in game 1 of the series. 1. You had Blair. Oh my good lord, I can't even remember that far back. I feel kind of like a jerk now. But you had... I need to look it up now. This is how badly I have already suppressed the game from Monday. Blair Henley, who couldn't get out of the first inning. He got 1 out. You had Javier go 5 1/3. And then last night you had Spencer Argueta, pardon me, go 3 innings before getting killed. The bullpen's been used so much in this week that I'm not even going to throw shots at them. Like, you had Montero give up a run, who unironically has been one of the better relievers on this team. You had Abreu give up 3. He's been used 1,000 times. I can't get mad at the bullpen. I can't get mad at the offense, because I'll go back to that. That was the point I was going to make. They had 11 hits today and 5 walks. They had 16 base runners. That's a good game. Yeah, they only scored 3 runs. I acknowledge that. The left on base wasn't great. Their offense had a fine day. It was 9-0 out of the first. The fact that they found it within themselves to get 16 base runners in this game when down 9 after 1 inning is kind of impressive to me. Also, you had Gray Kessinger, I'm just going to throw this out there, who pitched, unironically, one of the better innings of the season. To the point where my damaged psyche is genuinely like, I don't know, that slider had a bit of drop that he was tossing. Like, I'm not saying to convert him, but I'm also saying, like, hell, man, we're desperate for clean innings. Like, if you have a big lead, you gotta at least think about it, right? Like, if you're a week from now and you have, like, a 10-2 lead and it's the 8th inning, you gotta think about it. Like, you get him a fastball in there, you give him maybe a knuckler, like, it's game 13, and it's game 14. It's game 14, and we're talking about converting a position player to a pitcher. Dear God, And now they get ready to head back to Minute Maid Park for a 3-game series against the Texas Rangers. And I have news for the Houston Astros that they are going to have to kind of come to accept. Home, over the past, I don't know, when did the scandal happen? 3 years? Has been their safe haven to, once they go on the road and get booed and cursed at by opposing fans, they can at least come back to Minute Maid Park and feel the lovely home hugs of their fans. They're entering that series at 4-10. And not a positive 4-10. Not that there are many positive 4-10s. But as a you're an embarrassment 4-10. If they pull a stunt like this in the first inning or in any of the first 5 innings of that game, home ain't gonna feel like home anymore. It just simply isn't. Like, they have got to figure out a way to win the series against the Texas Rangers. And oh, by the way, then you play the Atlanta Braves. This would have been a very nice series to get a win on. Just saying. This would have been a really nice series to kind of punch up and do something against a team that you should theoretically have no real problem getting something out of. Granted, they've looked good this season, but you know, overall the past few years, that's a team you should beat up on, and they couldn't. Now you get to go play the defending World Series champions and the team that knocked you out before they did. Fun fact, the next 3 series are all 3 teams that over the past 4 seasons where you've been knocked out have done it. You play the Rangers who did it last year, the Braves who did it the 2 years before that because you won it the following one, and the Nats who did it in 2019. Just a fun, tasty little series. First game's tomorrow night, 8:10 Eastern, 7:10 Central. The Rangers are sending Dane Dunning to the mound, and the Astros are sending JP France. Gotta find a way to win that series. I'll be here afterwards to talk about it, but as for right now, that's all I have to say. So if you enjoyed the video, please consider to like and subscribe. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day, and as always, go Astros.